Okay, good morning. I wanted to make a video here of this 58 Apache pickup that I have for sale. I wanted to give an overview of the truck, and I think if you watch this whole video, this would probably answer 99% of any questions anybody might have. I want to state up front, this is not, I repeat, this is not a show truck. It's a very nice driver and it's in great shape, but it is not a show truck. So I just want to set everybody's expectations. There are some blemishes in the paint here and there. Haven't found any dents or anything like that, but there are some blemishes in the paint here and there. It's an older build, about 20 years ago, I believe. The gentleman that I got it from, but he did a nice job. I made a few changes to it when I got it, but the truck's a great truck. I've been using it as a daily driver here for the last couple months, and it runs great, looks great. I get a lot of thumbs up, a lot of smiles and everything else. So let me go through it here and show you all the things about it inside and out, and we'll go from there. The gas tank was moved before I got it to under the bed, and here's the gas filler right here in the left rear fender. On the back, I put new tail lights, and they have LED bulbs in the back and the front as well for the turn signals. And the previous owner also put these tail lights in the back rails here, right here, and those work with the brake lights and the turn signals as well. So they're kind of cool. In the bed, instead of replacing the wood, which needed it when I got it, I had an HDPE plastic sheet cut to fit, and that's I just did some research and stumbled across it, and I thought it'd be a great idea. It just happens to be, it's basically a huge cutting board that a commercial catering or restaurant establishment would use. I had it cut to fit. There's a piece of 1/2-inch marine plywood underneath that, but the plastic itself is extremely tough. So, and you know how hard it is to scratch a cutting board, so it wears well. But I do keep a rubber mat behind the front seats in the cab. If I ever was to haul something, which I have not yet, I can roll that out in the bed and protect the plastic sheet. But it looks great, and it's yellow. It's actually made for poultry. I found out the USDA has different colors for cutting boards. Blue is for seafood, red is for red meat, yellow is for poultry. And I thought, well, the yellow would match the truck, and it comes pretty darn close. In the front, as we go around, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there are some ghost flames in the paint. They're very subtle. I think they actually look really nice, and they're period appropriate. Let's go over here, and we'll go under the hood. Show you what we have here. It's a 454 big block. This is a 77 Camaro front end on here, and the rear end is an 88 Firebird rear end, if I remember rightly. Right. Battery's new. The alternator is new. I ran new wiring. It still had the glass, little glass fuses and the 58 fuse panel in there, so I left that in there, but I moved most of the circuits over to a couple of auxiliary fuse panels. One of them's for straight battery power, one of them is for ignition power. And I ran all new wiring out here to the headlights, and I put relays on the low and high beams right here. I put a new horn here with a relay as well. So it took all the load off the switch and everything. And I've got a new headlight switch in there. I'll show you when I get in. So all that works really well now. I also put ground bus bars here on the firewall, as well as here near each inside of each fender right here. So if anything's to be installed later and you need a ground, great place to put it. I put new ground straps from the engine to the frame on each side. I also put one back on the firewall, and I put one on the back of the truck too that goes to all the lights and everything else. So there's plenty of grounds. There should never be any electrical problems with this thing. That's one of my pet peeves. Engine runs great. The only thing I did when I got this was I had all the fluids changed, had the brake system flushed, and the only reason for that was it hadn't been driven much, so it had been sitting quite a bit. This was built 20 years ago, and I'll show you when we get inside, but it only has 7,000 miles on the build, so that tells you there. Had new brakes put on it. Everything works great, so it has the power brakes, has a tilt steering as well from the late 70s Camaro. I'll back up so you can see the front end, and you'll notice that it looks like a 56, but it is a 58. The reason it looks like that is the gentleman that built the truck, he put 56 fenders and a 56 hood on it. Let me close the hood so you can see. And so it looks like a 56, but I assure you it is a 58, and it's titled as a 58. And we'll walk around here. Don't know if this will come out in the video, but hopefully you can see the ghost flames there. But like I say, I think they look really nice. The antenna was Frenched in, and it's automatic antenna, so it'll pop up when the radio comes on. I did put a small little radio in the glove box, and it has 4 speakers inside. It's not one of those thumping stereos, but it's plenty for me, just where I can hear the radio, and it works great. And so this is around the outside. I say it's in great shape. I'll open the door here. Whoops. Okay, we're still going. Sorry, I couldn't tell if the camera was still going. This seat, I was told by someone that they recognized it came out of a 2002 Silverado pickup, and the whole assembly fits in there very well. It's tight, but it fits real well. Here's this tilt steering. This has a Dakota digital gauge package, and we'll start it up in a minute. I'll show you what I did. New headlight switch. I put horn right here, horn button. This is the wiper switch. Wipers aren't currently working. They were, so it's just, I'm sure, a connection, so I'll work on that. I put a push button start in here, and I have a remote control circuit breaker for this, so it turns the ignition circuit on and off for security. In the dash here, just a little stereo I put in there. Works great. And what I did was I put a little jeweler's magnet on the remote for the ignition circuit, so you can see it right here. I just stick it on the bottom of the dash. I open the circuit, and then starts right up. You can see the dash panel, and sometimes these digital things look like they're flashing when they come out on the video, but they're not flashing here in person as we take the video. It's something to do with the reaction of the lens on the camera. But here it shows like 7,100 miles, which I believe it was set to 0 when the truck was built, so hasn't been used a lot. Sounds great. The exhaust is right, comes out on the side, right in front of the wheels. Sounds really nice. There it is. And when you want to shut her down, just hit the remote. There you go. It's a really nice truck. Once again, I'll say, runs great. You could drive this thing anywhere. It doesn't need anything to be driven. There's no repairs or anything needed. It could be driven forever as is. If somebody did want to take it to the next level, That could be done too, but it's a really nice truck as is. Mechanically, there are no issues. I went over it, and I had my shop that I work with here in town go over it, and everything is in great shape. So hope this answers any questions you might have. If not, shoot me an email or make a comment on the YouTube video, and I'll get back to you. Thanks.